A group in Moorhead is asking Minnesota lawmakers to support legislation that will give them a second chance. Senator Keith Langseth and Representative Maury Lanning listened to stories today of people who've been in trouble with the law.
These
the
men
lawmakers
have
say
gone to prison. They've done their time. Now that they've done that, let's let them back in. Let's give them a hand, not a handout.
a handful of legislation has been introduced this year. Proposals include giving voting rights to felons, taking the criminal history question off job applications, and protecting companies that hire felons.
The social service, the human services department, I knew networking, and my degree is in marketing, so I was well aware of what to do. It took me about a month to get on my feet. Well, let me get back to that day. I went to Lakes and Prairies, which is a social service organization that helps people on a charity basis. They got me a room for 2 months in a hotel. I stood in the hotel for 2 months and did all my networking that I needed to do, eventually getting my own place. I've been out since then, doing relatively well. Still, I had to go into counseling, and I mean on my own, because my sentence was up. I had expired. I had like about a year of paper. I've expired that since. And the thing that really disturbed me later on, about a year down the line, I was thinking, what if I hadn't had that experience, that networking experience, that marketing experience? I knew how I felt with $100 in prison blues on and a real flimsy coat. It was the most depressing feeling that you can imagine. And had there been emergency services or some type of housing in the area for ex-offenders, there was nothing at the time in the Moorhead area. And there really is. I mean, they have a place right now that I think it occupies maybe 24 guys. And, you know, a lot of guys, well, take sex offenders, for instance, they get out, they can't get in anywhere. They're left out in the street. And we were the judge and the speaker before that was talking about public safety. There you have a serious public safety issue. So housing is one of the key elements that gets a person back on their feet. But I think before that, when you talk about human services, nobody coming out of prison is eligible unless they've been predetermined to have a disability. There should be at least a 90 to 120 day provision where these guys can get emergency funds for housing and a stipend, a GA stipend, for at least 120 days so these guys get back on their feet. Now, that's a tall order when you're talking about how many people we incarcerate and release every year. And the legislature, I mean, number one, with the climate that's out there, particularly today after what's happened in Washington, where anything to do with criminals right now is like, I mean, you're going to be vilified if you take up that matter. But that's only going to last about 90 to 120 days. These things are going to come and go. The thing that's needed right now is all you people in here right now who have influence, you need to do this beyond coming to this meeting today and making your face known. You need action. You need to take action. You need to speak to people. You need to be there at the meeting. You have people who are out there who are going to make guys are going to make bad choices. They're going to make good choices. Give them the opportunity to make a good choice. They're going to make a good choice. Nobody wants to live in self-deprecation, and that's what happened. And I personally, you know, I devoted my life to working with the homeless. I was homeless at one time. Working with ex-felons, and I'll say that because that's what I am. And the reward that I get is eternal. I feel good. I feel good because I've turned the corner. If I could turn the corner, anybody can turn the corner. And I'm 57 right now. I'm on my way out. Maybe a little bit later than sooner, hopefully. But now I can smile. I can talk to a room full of people and feel confident in what I say. I've lived it. I felt it. I tasted it. And, you know, you all were human beings, just like everybody else in this room. We have people that we love. I have 3 kids. I have 7 grandchildren who I'm now communicating with who are family again. I have a family that I disassociated with for a long time because my lifestyle didn't know what theirs. They're all responsible human beings, professionals, and I was the odd man out. Now I'm the one that everybody wants at, at every gathering. If I'm not there, they're coming to get me. And, I'm disabled, like I said, I just hope everybody here can have the fortitude to continue. And, God bless all those guys who are in prison that are alone and that don't have family. That's where we come in as a community. We have to give these guys some hope. And with that, I'll turn back over to Mike.